SEC championship, Alabama, Georgia. I mean, honestly, like I know, we're different how we watch college football. The SEC does not interest our podcast as much as it interests others. And this game, it's another Alabama Georgia SEC championship. We've seen this many times. The two teams played each other earlier this year. I'm not super excited for this one. I kind of wish I had other games to watch in the afternoon instead of this game, but it's going to be really interesting. That being said, Georgia obviously trying to hold on to the top 4 seed, but this is Georgia's biggest arch nemesis. Really, outside of last year's struggles, Georgia generally tends to roll past everybody. But the one thing that always seems to get in Kirby Smart's way is Alabama. And it doesn't even matter who the coach is there. We saw it again this year. Georgia made uncharacteristic mistakes in their loss to Alabama that they didn't make in any other matchup. Now, facing off in the SEC championship, will that happen again? Will Georgia keep making those mistakes against Alabama only? That'll be kind of the test for them. And then obviously Alabama appears to be in the playoff whether or not they win this game. Obviously we'll see. But I'm going to go with Alabama on this one just because they have a bit of a hex over Kirby Smart. So that's kind of what I see there. Both teams kind of have the struggles down the stretch. Both are kind of looking a little bit vulnerable. But yeah, so that's all. I'm sure you'll hear about that game in many other places, so we don't need to spend a ton of time on that one. Then we go to the Sun Belt. Troy at James Madison. Troy making their third Sun Belt title appearance in 4 years, looking for their third title in that span as well. So obviously they've won their last 2 appearances here. James Madison has been one of the top Sun Belt programs, but this is actually their first appearance in the Sun Belt Championship. This is going to be at home, at JMU, sold out crowd. Going to be very tough for Troy to keep up in this one, I feel like. I feel like James Madison has kind of been, this team's been playing pissed off for the last month or so. They feel disrespected by the committee and for the most part have been just blowing out their opponents in their path, which is all they can do at this point. And now, they had this last game. They will need to do the same thing again on Friday night, where they'll need to just roll past Troy, make this as quick of a game as possible, and then watch them Saturday night and hope they get a miracle from Duke. I can't pick against this James Madison team. The offenses were playing at a high level lately. Their defense is so dominant. Troy deserves some respect. They are a very solid program, very solid team, playing good defense this year. They run the ball really well. But this is just a very, very tough matchup going against the Dukes here. FCS level. I kind of hinted at it earlier. Rhode Island at UC Davis. This is your only option after dark on Saturday night. There will be only one game on, and it's this one. 8-9 matchup, very cool. I love that UC Davis is kind of getting this stage themselves. And of course for Rhode Island as well. This is only Rhode Island's second appearance in the playoffs since 1985. Last year was their first since then. That 1985 run, they beat the Akron Zips. That's how long ago that was. And now Rhode Island, they made it one round last year, beat Central Connecticut State. So far this year, they've done the exact same thing, beat Central Connecticut State. Now, Rhode Island's looking to move further and pull off another big win. But this is definitely a tough ask going across country to take on UC Davis. Late at night, obviously not something that they're used to, but again, I'm just really excited that both programs get this kind of stage. On TV in a standalone window. It's going to be really cool for both. Obviously, especially cool for Rhode Island because, again, they're on Flow Sports where nobody can see them. So very, very cool here. I think I'm going to go with UC Davis. I just, there's lots to like about the Rhode Island defense, but it's going to be hard for them to try to stop Pinnock, the quarterback for UC Davis. He's been a dog all year. That offense in general just is really electric and really tough to stop. And I'm not sure Rhode Island's necessarily built to get in a track meet with these guys. That's not what they want. They need to keep this lower scoring and try to pull off an upset that way. Obviously, forcing turnovers. This is a freshman quarterback in his first game in the playoffs. So you can see that path for Rhode Island, but I'm going to ride with the Aggies and UC Davis in this one.